Let's bring in people with the answers. High-profile trial attorney Mark Geragos, criminal trial attorney Sara Azari, and straight from the courtroom today, Eric Bland. Eric, let me start with you because you were there. What did you make of the openings and the moment of tearfulness by the accused?
It was high noon showtime, as they say. The state did a great job in its opening. New facts that we had not heard about, that Paul was evidently shot first, that there is gunshot residue, and we were hoping that there was going to be gunshot residue. There was gunshot residue evidently on a blue jacket. There was gunshot residue on different things that they found at the crime scene, and so we had not heard about that. The timeline really got compressed for Alex. It was really an extraordinary opening statement, and I think that Dick Harpootlian was a little bit taken off his feet from it. It was commanding presence. As far as the emotion that Alex showed, I think it stemmed from the fact that his family came in, his entire family, right after the jury came in and were seated. His family walked in and he looked back, and he had not seen them, Chris, for well over a year. His son was there, his brothers were there, sister-in-laws were there, and he started visibly shaking. And when Creighton Wooders, the state prosecutor, started off with June 7th and said that Paul was executed and his head was blown off, Alex showed emotion as any father would. So it was pretty intense. A lot came out, and I think if you were to balance it, the state really won on the opening statements. Harpootlian did a good job. He's a good lawyer, but today I would give the win column to the state.
Sara Azari's body language is deafening in the studio right now. You have comments.
I do. I feel like I was watching a different trial than Eric. You know, the Creighton, the AG, was really dull in form. He was not really the same performer that Harpootlian is. And every single thing that he brought up, Harpootlian refuted completely. He killed it. And, you know, when it got to the forensics part, he completely glossed over it. He's like, oh, and we have some forensics, and didn't really go through it, even though he went through the gunpowder residue. He went through some of the other stuff that he thinks he has. So if I were to give grades to these two, I would say the AG gets a 4 and Harpootlian gets a 9. And in terms of the emotion, Chris, it is a lot to be in that seat, okay? I don't care what you've done. There's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of remorse, and those were not crocodile tears by any means.
What one point of clarification. Finding a jacket at the grandmother's home of Murdaugh, obviously, that's his jacket with gun residue on it. How big a deal?
Not a big deal to me, because remember, these people shoot guns all the time. You know, he lives on he has a shooting range. It's like a hunting ranch, you know. He's a hunter, fisher, boater. I mean, that's what they do. So gunpowder residue is everywhere, and Harpootlian said that to the jury.
Let's take a little look at some excerpts of the openings for your own appraisal.
Here is the law. He didn't do it. He is presumed innocent.
Alec murdered Maggie and Paul, that he was the storm, that the storm was coming for them, and the storm arrived on June 7th, 2021, just like the storms that are heading here right now, that they died as a result.
Bland like the prosecution. Azari, not so much. I'm a push. That takes it to you, Geragos. How did you see it?
Well, listen, if I'm going to be the tiebreaker, and I know Eric was sitting there, and I always hate to second guess somebody was sitting there, but Eric at the same time, I think he's got a dog in this fight. I think anybody who does not have a dog in the fight would say that Harpootlian just outclassed the prosecutor in every way possible. I mean, when you talk about the forensic evidence, the prosecutor did not. He talked about two things that are great, but they don't mean anything. Gunshot residue doesn't tell you, to build on Sarah's point, doesn't tell you when you got it, doesn't tell you how you got it, doesn't tell you anything whatsoever. The cell phone records don't tell you, we've discussed this with the other cases. The cell phone records aren't going to give you anything. And so I would say, based on everything that I've seen, Harpootlian outclassed the heck out of the prosecution today, and it's an uphill battle for the prosecution on the murder counts.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.